Do you love your pet enough to provide cover for accident or injury? For a nation of pet lovers, 4 out of 5 pet owners in the UK do not take out any type of insurance on their family pet. Yet last year alone, pet insurers paid out over £6.5 million in claims, and incidences of pet insurance fraud are increasing at a terrifying rate. My name is Michelle Bacchus, and I'm delighted to be joined today by CRIF Decision Solutions Director Sara Costantini to discuss this subject in more detail as part of the CRIF Spotlight on Pet Insurance. Sara, hello.
Hello.
Now, how has pet insurance provision changed in the past 5 years?
The pet insurance market is pretty peculiar. We are facing a double-digit growth in the last years. The market has a huge potential on the basis of having 17 million population in cats and dogs. But at the moment, just a small percentage of those are insured. In addition to this, there is a big phenomena around cost for claims and fraud that industry is facing, and so the industry needs to react somewhere, somehow. Some of the countermeasure relied in microchipping, for example, that has become mandatory in May this year. Other countermeasure relies on co-insurance, where the policyholder needs to participate and needs to pay a portion of the claim in case this occurs. But overall, it's a very challenging market. And it's a market that offers lots of opportunities.
What do you see as being the dominant issues for pet insurers at the moment?
Insurance companies, for sure, have the dominant issue of creating and not having premium of the policy to decrease, but still staying on a profitable market and a profitable margin. Premium needs to be high, on the basis that 2 major issues occurs in terms of costs related to claims and costs related to fraud. Costs related to claims are in the area of £700 million a year. That is almost nearly 1.8 million a day. And the proportion between the cost of a claim, of a single claim, the average cost of a single claim being £720, with respect to the cost of a premium that is in the range of 250 is still very, very, very high. What is important for insurance are also the costs related to fraud. This ranged from nearly £500,000 in 2009 to up to £2 million the year after. So there is a huge amount of money and energy that has been wasted around this.
What can insurers do to really protect themselves from recurring fraudulent claims?
At the moment, insurance had only chance to work in silos, using their own data, their own procedures. This, of course, opened the door to fraud attempts and to high cost by dishonest pet owners or unscrupulous vets. Some of the typical fraud patterns that we have been discovering were in the area of exaggerated vets' bills to cures and treatments, as well as pet disappearance or multiple claims performed on the same pet, or the usage of the same pet by different claimants, as well as, for example, imaginary pets, or exaggerating the pet conditions to perform a claim. So there is lots of areas that we can work on. And what I believe and what we believe is that sharing data is the key to the success in this, even if industry sometimes is reluctant and skeptical because they fear they lose the competitive advantage around this. But in our strong position of sharing the data, CRIF in May this year launched the pet platform, the Cash Pet platform, that has exactly the purpose of collecting together the policy and the claim information to allow the user to perform a smart and intelligent queries around anomalous claims, around fraud pattern that can be spotted. The idea is to educate the market better to a wiser risk assessment, because the more the cost related to the fraud area and the claim area decrease, of course, the better would be for premium and the better would be for the market. In this case, the market can develop a lot.
Thank you, Sara.
Thank you.
If you would like to know more about the pet insurance fraud or the risks involved for insurers working with these emerging businesses, then please check out the latest issue on our different post platforms, online, the app, or in print. Until next time, goodbye from me at the Post Studio in London.